Hey student, watch this video and learn grammar and speaking. More specifically, how to make negative sentences in real-life conversations. Coming up. Hey friends, Teacher Prix here to help you talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English. Well, first and foremost, thank you so much for joining me, for watching this lesson, taking the time to improve your English so that you can speak with more confidence, improve your English skills, and eliminate your fears. If it's your first time here, awesome! Make sure to subscribe because every week, every week, I come here and I make different kinds of English lessons to help you become a more confident English speaker and eliminate your fears. Now, my friends, today, I don't know if you're watching this in the morning or if you're watching this in the afternoon, but today we're going to talk about grammar and speaking, okay? And how to make negative sentences in conversations. Of course, that this is going to help you when you're writing an email. You know, maybe you are sending an email to your boss, or maybe you are preparing a report in English, or maybe you're chatting with a friend who doesn't speak your language, so you are using English. So this is going to help you in many different situations in the real world, okay? Now, guys, how to study English grammar. Now, guys, I truly believe that studying grammar is a very important skill, especially if you want to improve your English and speak with more confidence. And one important thing here, it's not about making 0 mistakes, memorizing all the rules and never making a mistake again. No, that's not gonna make you confident. And if you worry too much about the grammar mistakes you make, you will never become a confident English speaker who can understand and talk to people in English. So it's about learning important lessons that will help you go to the next level, that will help you boost your communication skills. And as a result, that will also make you more confident, okay? Now, before I give you the good stuff, at the end of this lesson, when you finish, I want you to come here in the comments and post 5 examples, okay? I will give you more instructions during the lesson, but make sure that once you finish the lesson, once you get the hang of this lesson and understand what you gotta do to make really cool negative sentences, come here in the comments and post your best 5 examples. I can't wait to read them. Now, guys, negative sentences. Why am I making a lesson to tell you how to make sentences in the negative form? Well, in conversations, we use these sentences a lot. Whenever you're talking to someone, to your boss, to your friend, to someone at a restaurant or at immigrations, you will use negative sentences. So it's important to make correct negative sentences, to understand how to make this sentence so that you can speak more clearly, okay? Not perfectly, but more clearly, okay? And this is the kind of lesson that you can always come back to. You can review and study again because it's important. I'm always reviewing basic lessons because they help me become a better speaker. No is the most common word if you're gonna say no, if you're gonna make a negative sentence. So basically, that's what you say, no, 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 no. But how about negative sentences when I am in a conversation with someone and I am describing something? So getting down to business. The first thing, yes, of course you're going to use no. But basically, you will use the word no a lot when answering yes/no questions. So in a conversation, whether you are in a restaurant or on the street or at Disney, walking around the parks or having a meeting with your colleagues from work, whenever someone asks you an objective question, did you finish the report? Did you send me the email? Do you need any help? Do you have your documents with you? May I see your passport? No. Don't say that, ever. Anyway, so these are objective questions. Questions whenever someone asks you, you will either say yes or no, okay? It's not a question to make you think about something. What did you eat for dinner last night? You don't say no, yes. You say what you ate, unless you didn't have dinner, but we're gonna get there, okay? So do you live here? Is that your car? So I wanna know yes or no. So basically, in this situation, whenever someone asks you a question, a yes, no question, go with no if it's a negative sentence. Now, this is the basic stuff. It gets a little tricky when we're making sentences, when we are in the conversation and the conversation is getting interesting. Then we're not going to use no as much. We're basically going to use not. So for example, verb to be in the present and in the past. So quick review here. In the present, pronoun I use the verb to be am. Pronoun you, they, we, are. Pronouns he, she, it, I will use the conjugation is. So we have 3 conjugations for verb to be in the present, am, is, are. And in the past, we have 2 possible conjugations, was and were. If you want to make a phrase with verb to be, you want to tell your friend something about you, like, oh, me? No, I'm not a good dancer. I was going to say I'm a terrible dancer, but then I remembered, oh, this is not a negative sentence. I need to say something in a negative way. I'm not a good dancer. Okay, and this is actually true. I suck. Anyway, so, I'm not a good dancer. I'm not. So I cannot say I'm no. There is something that I can show you in the future when you use no in the middle of sentences, but let's not complicate the lesson at this moment. I'm teaching you something practical so that you can go in the real world and talk to people and say negative sentences more confidently. So this is the good stuff that you gotta know, okay? Maybe my dad calls me and asks, hey, is your sister with you? No, she's not. She's not here. Where's Patricia? Well, she's not here. Another example. The movie was not bad. So it was not perfect, but it was not bad. It was okay. So these are examples using verb to be. So whenever you are in a conversation and you want to use no, be careful. Now here's something interesting. If you are answering a yes, no question with verb to be, then if you give a short answer, oh, is your sister with you? No. You say no. You don't use not. You will only use not if you make a complete sentence. Oh, no, she's not here. So I will use no at the beginning. That's cool. But if I continue my sentence and I repeat the question, then I will use no. Then I will use not. Okay, no, she's not here. I'm sorry. Is that your car? No, it's not. I don't have a car. Okay, so be careful. And this is going to happen in pretty much all cases. If you're answering a yes, no question, you always start with no. Of course, there are other expressions you can use, but in a nutshell, no. And then when you are repeating the sentence or using a negative phrase to explain your answer, then you use not, okay? Now, do, does, did, will, would. Past, future with will and would. You will also use not, okay? So I will not drink this. Ew. I don't like your idea. I do not like your idea. I will talk about the abbreviations, the contractions in a minute, but I wanted to show you the word not, where you put the word not, okay? But teacher, do Americans speak like this, not all the time? No, they contract, okay? They abbreviate in many, many times, most of the time actually, but in some cases they do not, and I will explain, okay? I just did what they usually do, but I will talk about that. Now, he did not call you back. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened, but Peter did not call you. My friend does not like junk food. I don't know. He doesn't like it. He's lost. I don't like junk. Well, I do like junk food, but I avoid eating junk food. How about you guys? And hey, if you're enjoying this lesson, make sure to hit the like button. When you hit like, it means a lot to me. It shows me that I am in the right direction. I'm helping you. I'm helping you learn more English, improve your speaking, and feel more confident about yourself, about your ability to communicate with the world, okay? Now, another important thing that I will review again. If you are answering a yes, no question, you will need to start with no, even if I'm asking a question with do, does, did, will, would in the present, past, future. So, hey, did you see my email? Oh, no, I'm sorry. I did not see your email. Hey, do you eat chicken? Oh no, actually I don't really like meat. I do not eat meat. I do not really like meat. So you see, if I'm asking a yes/no question, I have no options here. I don't have much to think about. I will say, well, no, or yes if the answer is yes, but that's not the goal here tonight. Now, modal verbs. Can, could, should, may, might, must, shall. I put the most popular ones here, okay? Plus not. They also use not. So they follow the same pattern here, okay? Now, are questions with modal verbs common? It depends, okay? It depends on the conversation you're having. It's not as common as questions in the present and in the future or in the past. But they are common too. I'm not saying they are not popular. It's just that you need to find the right moment to ask questions with modal verbs. There are some modal verbs that are a little bit easier, like can or could and should. But a few other ones are not as common in questions. But they are. I'm not saying you can't use them in questions. I'm just saying you need to find a good conversation, a good question to ask the person listening to you, okay? So, I cannot dance well. So I'm saying that I don't have this ability or that I don't do a very good job, so I cannot dance well. She should not go out. I don't think she should go out without her document. So she should not go out without her document. Oh no, you must not tell her. She will never forgive me. So you must not tell her. You must not tell her the truth. She will never forgive me. I ate all her donuts. She will never forgive me. Andrew is sick, so he may not come with us tonight. Oh well, I hope he gets better. So you see, here I'm not using contractions. I'm not using abbreviations. But you can, all right? So do not, don't, did not, didn't, does not, doesn't, will not, won't, would not, wouldn't. Verb to be, isn't, aren't, weren't, wasn't, cannot, can't, could not, couldn't, should not, shouldn't. But especially for modal verbs, the contraction, for example, for may and shall are not so common, okay? So it's possible, okay, mayn't or shan't, but you may not use that as often as you'd imagine, okay? So especially for modal verbs like may, shall, you won't hear the abbreviation, the contraction as much. Stick with not, okay? Now, as I said, do native speakers contract a lot? Yeah, for sure, they do. I can't, I won't, I didn't, I don't, I'm not. Well, I'm not, it's not possible. So, you aren't, she isn't. Yeah, okay, they do that. But when they want to emphasize how important the no is, you know, then they will say, no, you cannot come. No, you should not do that. He's not going to like it. Okay, so in this case, you can, and then you will hear native speakers emphasizing a little bit more, especially if it's important. Okay, so I'm not saying that they're going to exaggerate the word not, but they will give a little bit more attention depending on the subject, depending on how important it is. So you may hear them using not. No, I did not call you. Please, for the third time, chill. So it depends on the conversation you're having, okay? At the end of the day, abbreviate, use contractions, but depending on the conversation, you can use the word not without abbreviating. No, I did not order that. I ordered fettuccine, not lasagna. Yo. Now, my friends, I want to see your imagination in action. Post your best 5 examples, well, in the negative form, here in the comments, and connect with your life, okay? Because I want you to talk about things that are real for you. So post 5 examples in the negative form about your life or about people around you, about connected with you, okay? Other than that, if you enjoyed this lesson, share it with your friends. I'll see you next time. Bye!